Good afternoon and welcome to Capital One Field at Maryland Stadium, where the 5th-ranked Fighting Irish of the University of Notre Dame come in to take on the 7th-ranked Terrapins on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Shane Connick alongside Logan Hill as the Terps are coming in off about a 2-week break.
2-week break, that's right. Their last game having been on a Tuesday against Villanova, where they suffered their first defeat of the season, and then they had a game postponed against Navy. So their first real game action in a couple weeks here, just about to get things going.
And a lot of times in February, we see not as many games being played, as Notre Dame also only has 2 games being played this year. They won both of them. But now with Maryland coming in, they have played 4 games already, but they're coming in off of a long break. How do you think that'll impact them?
Absolutely, coming off a long break, still 3-1 on the year, 7th in the coaches poll, while Notre Dame is at 5th, 2-0. So Notre Dame's played way less games than Maryland. Maryland could come out rusty, they could come out hot. It's all going to show in the first couple of minutes.
And also, Chris Brandow started each of those 4 games for the Terps, and he is not starting today as Logan McNaney is making his first career start. Now, as for Notre Dame, something about them, they're a very talented team, but experience is definitely a weakness, as we see great players such as Pat Cavanaugh, such as their goalie Liam Entenmann. The thing is, both those guys I just said are freshmen, and they have plenty of other guys who are also a little bit more inexperienced, so we could definitely see that kind of play a part with this Notre Dame team for this whole year. Because a lot of times you have that sort of talent with a team, but experience can really hurt you, especially when you get into these later season games.
And absolutely, like you touched on, a couple of freshmen, but they haven't been playing like freshmen. Cavanaugh, of course, already 12 points on the season. And the goalie, Liam Entenmann, he has 16 saves and has allowed just 7 goals so far this year. Good for a .696 save percentage so far. He was the #1 goalie in the class of 2019. So he might just be a freshman, but he can sure play.
So we are just about ready to face off here in College Park as the Terps and the Irish, right between the Y and the L, are ready to get this top 10 Saturday afternoon matchup underway. Controlling the faceoff has been a huge thing for the Terps this year, as it's evident that when they control more faceoffs, that can ultimately lead to them winning games, and as Notre Dame controls. And in Maryland's last home game, when they came back and scored all those unanswered goals, a key figure that ended up leading to that success was in the later stage of the game, in the end of third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter, they continually would win the faceoffs, and that would ultimately lead to more scores. Near the end line is going to try and wrap it around or fire a pass. He gets the shot off and he scores. Jared Bernhardt delivers the first goal of this game as he wraps it around and puts it into the goal.
And that's what Jared Bernhardt has been able to do for Maryland throughout his career here. When the Terps have needed a big goal, he's been the one to go get it. Does it again right there, wrapping around the goal, getting it right past the goalie.
We were talking about Bernhardt's leadership on this team earlier, but playing that attackman position, always down there and always a threat to put the ball into the goal, and he does it right off the bat. Bernhardt stepping in toward the goal, almost got that inside position. Now he's going to fire it in, and he scores again. The senior delivers the first 2 goals of this one for the Terps, and they are fired up on the sideline. We are back here in College Park, as there is Logan McNaney making his first career start for the Terps. The freshman, he gives it back over, and there's the shot and the score. So the Irish are able to strike on Quinn McCann's goal, and he will give the Irish their first goal of today. Back here in College Park, it's a chilly afternoon here, but that's not stopping these fans from coming out to Maryland Stadium to see this top 10 men's lacrosse matchup between the Terps and the Irish. Stepping in is Meyer. They're going to swing it back around there. Some quick passing that's going to lead to a score. A few very quick passes that in about a matter of a second into the sticks of about 3 different players and ultimately into the goal. Massey back over. There's the shot and the score. Logan Wisnauskas puts the Terps back on top. Maryland actually saw it as there's the goal right there being scored and the Irish are on top.
Brian Willits got it there for the Irish. His 3rd goal on the season.
Pass goal line extended. The pass over Brennan. The shot and the score. Jack Brennan ties the game back up at 4. It's inside. The pass, the shot, and the score. Russell Massey is going to really quickly put the Terps back on top. From the Irish right back. Very quick offense and the score. Many different categories also is now the goal is going to be scored. Going to come out firing, and that's exactly what Costabile did.
And a little bit of a possession shot there.
They quickly pass it again. They work it back to Costabile. Inside, saved by McNaney, and that is how the first half will come to an end. Restic trying to get by, so he's going to work it quickly over, and it's going to be scooped up after the missed pass, and the Terps are going to work it quickly. John Geppert, the defenseman, bringing it all the way down toward the middle. The shot off the foot of Entenmann as he kicks it out, but right back into Maryland, and the Terps are able to get another shot off. However, they cannot connect. So back to Jared Bernhardt, as the Terps are going to look to work their offense once more. DeMeo kicks it out to Bubba Fairman. Back over Jack Brennan. Brennan stepping in around almost a screen set by Fairman as he's going to wrap it around the goal and pass it back. Stepping inside, looking behind. Back out toward the middle. Trying to step inside, but it's very crowded in there with a lot of Irish defenders as their defense is playing strong. Firing the shot on the score from way out. And then after it gets a little chippy down there, as Alex Smith was not happy about something. We saw him go flying down right after it. But nonetheless, the Irish get a huge goal when they need one. And back into the stick of Charles Leonard. But back to Bernhardt. Maltz got it. And Daniel Maltz, just like that, is going to give the Terps the lead again. And as a matter of fact, they are 6-6 all time. Fairman fires a shot off the top of the goal, works right back. They're going to try again. Maltz the pass out, the shot, and the score. Logan Wisnauskas. Irish keeping close deep. Bernhardt, the underhand shot, no good. Bernhardt looked to almost go with like a sidearm type shot. Unable to do it. Now Brennan going low as well. That shot's going to sail out. So we have reached the end of 3 quarters. 15 minutes left of lacrosse in regulation here in College Park. So we are back here in College Park, ready for the 4th quarter of action. Costabile driving toward the goal, and he puts it in. Brian Costabile. And the Irish score very quickly into this 4th quarter. Being guarded closely by Aslani, and there's the shot and the score. That was Logan Wisnauskas, who has been on fire today. Now 4 goals on the day. Roman Puglisi bringing it down to the goal area line. Flip to Anthony DeMeo as Puglisi checks out of the game. Jack Brennan steps back on. Geppert comes out as well. And Maltz is going to come back on for him. So now a few more attackers on here for the Terps. Brennan inside. Bernhardt behind the goal. Looking for his 3rd of the day. Fires the shot. And nicely saved by Liam Entenmann. So it's scooped up by Maryland again. Now 40 seconds left is Russell Massey just going to take it down into the corner. And he is fired up. This is going to be a huge, huge win for the Terps. As whenever you play a top 10 opponent, anything can happen. And this early in the season, coming off of a break, this will end up being a great win for Maryland. Put together a 14-goal output against one of the top defenses in the nation.
And so long as this result holds, it will be the first time all season that they haven't given up double-digit goals. So a good sign there for McNaney, the freshman.
So there it is. A huge win for Maryland after nearly a 2-week break. And a top 10 matchup. The Terps come out on top with a 5-goal win. And that will wrap up our coverage of Maryland's 14-9 victory over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. For Logan Hill, our entire crew, I'm Shane Connick, thanking you for joining us this afternoon. This has been coverage of men's lacrosse on the Big Ten Network.